Well, it's 8 o'clock in the morning at the off-grid project, and my inverter a few minutes ago just shut itself down due to a under voltage condition on the batteries. This is bad news. This means that because it's been mostly cloudy for days, partly cloudy to mostly cloudy, I haven't had enough sunlight on the batteries, and I am processing the latest video using, many people ask what I use. I simply use Windows Movie Maker. It's included for free. I had my LED lights on, and I had a fan on because it is stinking hot already this morning. And that's it. And then my fridge must have kicked in, which caused a under voltage. The batteries are sitting at 12.1 volts right now, and so the inverter shut itself off to protect the batteries. This is bad business, because now, because I'm using a standard refrigerator, I am now low on voltage on my solar battery bank. And we haven't seen the sun in a couple weeks. We haven't seen the sun for a whole day in a couple weeks. So it's a pretty low power situation right now. So I'm not sure how long I can maintain this situation running that refrigerator out there. It's just that time of year. Our April showers came in May and June. So hopefully we'll have clear skies soon. But anyway, I'm going to have to watch this closely. Now, I've got some good news for y'all. I was working pretty late last night. As you all know, oh, don't you just love my puppy dog curtains? As you all know, I have this weather station here, this wireless weather forecaster. And see, it's not that hot. It's 71 degrees, but it's 84% humidity. 85 out. And that makes it a sweaty condition. I don't care what you say, that's high humidity, and it makes you sweat. Anyway, I've got this wireless weather forecaster, which links up to a computer, and I was studying online last night, and I found out that I can let you check my weather at any given time of day or night. I hope that you find that as cool as I do, because I plan on hooking up my weather forecaster to my computer. Actually, my little baby netbook here is going to be permanently hooked up to that's going to be my web server, and I'm going to have a web page where you can check in on the weather at any time of day or night. You'll see the, for now, RV indoor temperature. Soon it'll be the new tiny house project. And that's going to be really cool as well, because you'll be able to map trends on the server. From my understanding of the software I was looking at, you will be able to follow weather trends and see developing weather patterns because of my weather station out in the middle of the meadow, out in the off-grid homestead here. And you will be able to check in at any given time and see what's going on. See if Troy is just whining or complaining, or see if the weather truly is what I say it is. And you'll be able to map the trends and patterns. You'll be able to see the RV interior, heat and humidity. And what's cool about that is once I move into the tiny home, you'll be able to see the difference in the trending of the tiny house as compared, oops, computer's going to sleep mode because I'm talking too much. You'll see the difference of the tiny house once the insulation is in the walls, and compare it to the previous month where the RV, where the temperature station, the weather station was in the RV. I think that'll be really cool to see how well that tiny house will be insulated and how well it'll maintain a cooler temperature. So I'm working on that right now. In the heat of the day, that's what I've been doing, is working on my little server here, my little netbook. Trying to bring him back into business as a web server. I haven't had any luck with the web cameras because my web camera, I can't get the netbook to recognize it for some reason. But I will have the weather station out pretty soon, hopefully. So I'm also having some issues now that outside I have unplugged my DSL line. Right now I'm not online at all to plug in my refrigerator because this RV did not come with any power plugs. Well, not enough. And so I have to figure a way to get the internet plugged in along with the fridge and the outdoor electric fence. Well, my fridge is working on solar. The sun is shining, so the batteries are recovering nicely. While the sun shines, I have plenty of solar power to do just about anything I want. Somebody suggested in the comments turning off the fridge at night when the sun is down. I might consider that as a possibility. The problem is this fridge, I would not recommend the higher because there's condensation here in the door grip. A lot of condensation building up here all the time because it's not sealed at all in this area, and also the door is quite cold to the touch, and up on top is usually cold to the touch. So it's not a well-built refrigerator. I am not exactly or not at all satisfied with the higher, at least this version here. Not at all happy with this. So it's not a good model. So I'm not sure if it can handle these warm nights being turned off. So I can experiment, but we'll see. Doing some more cleanup today. This is a tarp that I had recovered from back when the Christian camper was still a Christian camper. This was off in the forest that I had salvaged. It's not the prettiest of all tarps, but I've got it out here drying. I just recovered that from out in the forest by my old ex-camper, where the camper used to be. I am continuing on with my cleanup process here, raking up piles of leaves and burning them off. Any non-burnable, like that foam piece and that insulation, goes in the garbage bags here, which will then be taken away probably tomorrow, he says. So I have to get all the rest of this garbage bagged, which isn't going to take too much time. It's just I'm raking as I go, and then hopefully prepare the frame of the trailer today. Now, I found a door on Craigslist for free, and I have bribed my friend with a Subway sandwich if he takes me in to get that free door. My truck is obviously not here yet. And also pick up the wood for the floor framing of my tiny house. So things are going to start moving pretty quick here, all at once. Now I want to get the wood so I can at least lay it on here and see what it looks like. And then if I need to modify anything, I'll be able to do that on the fly. It is scorching hot. I'm sweating just standing here holding the camera in the sun. It's pretty bad. But I want to knock this out today, burn off any garbage and leaves, and get everything around here clearing off. I want it basically, well, cleaner than that. I don't want to have any particles of any leaves or filth. I'll rake this again before I'm done with a finer rake. I'm using a garden rake right now, and then I'll come here through with the leaf rake again and make sure there's nothing down here attractive to any bugs, ticks, ants, mice. See, the ants right now are looking for new homes. They are upset. I don't know if they show up on camera. I can't really see because the sun is in my eyes. But the ants are all through here, all through this place. They're all stirred up. And by clearing off all the garbage and leaves, there won't be any place for them to want to nest. They'll just go back off into the woods where they belong. Well, it's lunchtime. I got quite a bit cleaned up here so far, but I'm quite dehydrated, so I'm taking a break inside. I'll show you the temperatures in a minute. It's pretty brutal today. I should have had the camera running. I got all this area here pretty much cleaned up, you can see. We got all the garbage from back here cleaned up, everything around here. I cleaned up everything back behind where the camper used to be, all the way back. We still have a ton of leaves to rake up. I need to figure out, I'd like to take these leaves and mulch them, but there's going to be nails and screws all throughout. I'll figure that out in a while after I take my break. I have a half a bag of insulation to bag up yet, and that's it. And then all this little stuff will get to be raked up. Getting there. I cleaned off the tongue of the trailer, getting ready for painting, and it's coming along really nicely, really getting there. But it is so hot. So I'm inside right now. I'll take you in there and show you the temperatures. It is 84 in, 75% humidity, and 89 out, 56% humidity. I've noticed anything over mid-30s in humidity percentage is a killer for me. 56% I find to be really humid. I've been dripping pretty badly out there. Fortunately, it's a little bit breezy. Now my weather station, which I'm going to be uploading, I'm going to have this on the internet soon, shows only 1.6 miles an hour winds. But unfortunately the wind here is not a very accurate indicator because there just went up to 2.2. The wind speed indicator on this weather station is not very accurate because the trees in the meadow sort of block it out a little bit and filter out the actual gusts that I get over here by the RV. So maybe one day I'll put that up higher. Barometric pressure is low, rain is coming in, so we got storms on the way. Gloves. Putting my hands in gloves. I know many people are upset because I don't wear gloves, but usually I don't. But when I'm handling this fiberglass, I do. Well, a lot of you are going to be happy and excited to see this. It's all cleared up, pretty much. I'll rake it again later. I have to go in and take a break, but I even took out all the leaves behind the camper all the way through. All the garbage and all the leaves and everything down to the dirt, except for where it was really wet. I'll hit this again in a couple days and get even that out of there. But it's all done. Rake the area clean. Got it looking good. Looking really good. So I'm gonna go in and have a drink, a refreshment, and get my head to stop pounding. It's hot. It is really hot out, so I'm inside. I have my netbook here. Let me zoom out. There's my netbook. Inside my off-grid solar-powered RV. And what I'm doing here, I have connected my weather station, which I was talking about earlier. I have connected it to my netbook, and it is reporting weather to my netbook now. This is incredibly good news. Very exciting. It is right now. Actually, I get more readouts here from this program than I do from the weather station itself. This is so cool. If only I had done this before last year, I would know so much more about the environment here. I don't know if you can see, the outdoor temperature right now is 83.7, so it's dropping. Of course, the trend hasn't, I just fired this up, so the trend isn't showing anything. Average temperature, I don't know where that comes from yet, so I have to do some looking up. Heat index 88, dew point 70 degrees, humidity 65%, and so it's like apparent temperature 91.6. This is really hot. Honestly, I was outside looking for my cables and was sopping wet from sweat just being outside. Really horrible out there. The wind, right now it's actually died down. It was 4.5 a minute ago. Gusts 4.5 it shows. So it's pretty calm today. Pretty cool. There's wind trends. There's the barometric pressure. Of course, the trends won't show up for a while. Now I've got up here, I've got rainfall, of course, won't show up until it rains. I've got recent extremes, which is, of course, going to fill up with time. Now I've got indoor temperature, 78.3 and 63% humidity. My air conditioner's on, so it's definitely nicer inside than out. So 83, and what was our humidity? 65%. Well, anyway, it's getting down there, but it feels so, I can't explain it. It feels cold in here. I don't know why that is. Wind speed indicator, really cool. Time, date. Of course, the settings for the sunrise, sunset, and everything have to kick in later. I don't know how that works. And what else do we got here? Wind direction. And that pretty much covers it. Now, this is exciting because I plan on hooking this up online for you to see. That's my next step. So because it's so hot outside, I honestly got sort of a bit of heat exhaustion today. I know a lot of people call me a complainer, but it's hot. I don't do so well out there in this weather. But anyway, I am inside working on this right now and hoping next to get this on the internet. So I'm going to be playing with the Dun DNS servers and see if I can connect this online. So see how it goes. I got 3 of these massive boxes. No idea. It says here Atlanta Network Technologies. Honestly, I have no idea what this is or who that company is. There's 3 of these boxes the same size and same shape. Ah! That's what that is. That's funny. That's for my flooring. Well, I didn't expect it would come from a company like that. I didn't even know what that was. Well, there's my flashing for my floor. 2 foot wide by 50 feet long. That's funny, I did not expect that. I had no idea what was in this massive box. That's aluminum flashing, and as I said, 2 foot wide by 50 feet long, and I got it sized so it will fit in between the floor joists. So basically, if you can imagine a floor joist running along the trailer frame this way, and that just lays out on top of them. That's going to keep the mice out of my home. Walk over here and give you an idea what I'm saying. My tarp got dried out today. I can fold that up later. But the mosquitoes are after me. Well, I've been working indoors. I'll show you later what's up. But I've been working on that weather station all afternoon so far. Now what I'm looking at here, get this in this focus here. What I'm looking at is running the floor joist along the trailer frame like this, of course, and they're going to be 10 foot wide, and then the aluminum flashing will be underneath and between each floor joist, so that'll stop the mice from getting up into the tiny house from underneath. And then the treated lumber will of course help resist mice and ants. Now I've been told that treated lumber is going to eat through aluminum flashing, so I'm going to have to put something in between the two, like plastic sheeting or something, to protect the aluminum from being eaten by the treated lumber. I also have to look into whether galvanized nails will help or whether they'll be eaten or not, so I still have to do some research. If anybody out there knows if I can use galvanized nails in treated lumber, please let me know. Well, because it was so hot out, honestly I was dehydrating just instantaneously when I walked outside. You can call me weak or whatever, but it's hot and it was humid and I can't do it. So I was working on my weather station here, which I showed you earlier, and what's really cool is it's been running here live the whole time, and what I've been working on is putting it on the internet for the world to see. And I've got the Off-Grid Project website I've been working on, and I have here the raw data, unchanged, unedited, and what I'm working on is taking this table of raw data, putting it into the Off-Grid Project webpage so it looks nice, and then I'm going to make it live for you to see. Anytime, day or night, 24/7, you can come on here and check this out and see what the weather is like at the Off-Grid Project. I think it's pretty exciting and really cool that this is going to be possible. It'll have live updates 24/7. So that's the raw data. As I said, that's a spreadsheet of all the data straight out of my weather station here. So hopefully by the end of tonight I'll have all these web pages integrated and have this finished and send you guys the link. So looking good. It's pretty exciting stuff.